It's perhaps appropriate, given the situation here in Spain, the very high level of unemployment, heading up to 24% by the end of this year is the prediction, that my two guests are both unemployed Spanish men who have been very kind joining us at short notice. In the dark blue shirt, closer to me, is Manolo Oliveras, who has worked as a translator, and a little bit further away in the striped shirt there, that's Pablo Puyol, who has worked as an artist and a teacher. Manolo, I'll start with you first, and without getting bogged down in the details of this budget, because we're all digesting it, do you have sympathy with the government? Do you feel it was necessary to push ahead with an austerity budget and big spending cuts at this time?
Well, I'm not very happy with it. I suppose that they have no other choice. They have some commitments with big corporations, and they have to keep happy the markets outside Spain. So, honestly, I don't think they have other choice.
Pablo, a lack of choice, maybe a lack of Spanish sovereignty, promises made to European partners?
Yeah, I think I agree with my friends. I think those things must be this way, but I think that the problem is much bigger. They are just patching those little problems, but I think it's not the way exactly.
We saw yesterday in the square right behind where you're standing, maybe, I suppose, tens of thousands of people by the end of the evening, and bigger demonstrations going on in Barcelona and other cities indeed. Do you expect to see more of that kind of, for want of a better word, confrontation between workers and the Spanish government this year, Manolo?
I wish I could say no, but I think it's going to get worse.
Yes, I think so too. Exactly.
Let's talk about your personal circumstances, because unemployment is such a problem here in Spain. For you personally, Manolo, do you see hope? Do you go out every day looking for a job, trying hard, or does it just seem a daunting, hopeless task?
Well, I do try constantly, but it's not an easy task. It's an irony that we keep on being told that we need qualifications. For people of my generation, that we managed to get some qualifications, not up to the standards of nowadays, but because we were too busy working at that time. Now that we lost our jobs, that we require the standards that we cannot meet. And young people cannot get to those jobs because they haven't got experience. They may have qualifications, but they don't have the experience. So it's a catch-22 situation.
What about you, Pablo?
Yeah, I think so too. The young people with much talent in Spain is leaving the country, and that's really sad. In my generation, I know too many friends of mine, engineers and people with great careers, are going far away in Europe and in the whole world to find a job. And all this talent, if they don't come back, we will have a great problem in the future. We have it already, and in the future will be worse.
I was listening to an interview with an unemployed teacher here in Spain on television this morning. They were saying that every time they go to a job, there are 40, 50 highly qualified applicants up against them. Is that the experience that you guys find?
Yeah, exactly. I have a career of fine arts, 5 years. I've studied at university, and I speak English, German, French, and of course Spanish, and I cannot find any job. And I have already experience, but it's a really sad and a really horrible situation this way. Well, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Manolo, just very quickly, yeah. I suppose, we've looked at Portugal, we've looked at Greece a lot. Do you fear Spain going down a similar kind of path over the next few months?
Well, I hope not, but all the odds are that way.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to end the interviews on a note of pessimism there, Nick, but that's the voices of unemployed people in Spain. Unfortunately, there are far too many of them now. Over 5 million, I believe, according to the latest figures. But back to you now in Doha. We'll bring you more news of the Spanish budget as the details come in.